Hi there, and welcome to the Home Studio Rescue here on YouTube. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be answering a question from my video on the real cost of universal audio plugins and their interfaces and all that jazz. This comes from Deasley's Grams. He says that he mixes songs with somewhere between 12 to 20 tracks, and he would like to be able to strap a Neve 1073 and a Studer A800 across all of those tracks. Could he do that with a OCTO satellite, or would he need to buy two? And so I have a Universal Audio Apollo Twin with quad-core DSP, and then I have a Universal Audio Quad satellite as well, so I can at least try 8 chips. What we'll do is we're going to start with just the quad and see how many of these 1073s we can get on my tracks. And here we go. So we're at 8 right now, and then I just added a 9th. And so if I go and look, we're at 92% with 8 of these Neve 1073s. If I turn them all off, we'll go down. I've got like, for some reason there's 5% being used. I'm not 100% sure why. Oh, that one's still on. And if we turn that off, we're still at 5%. So we got 8 of those on. If I plug in my quad satellite, so now we're up to 8 DSP chips, we should be able to go to about 16 Neve tracks here, or Neve plugins. Let's see what happens here. And so I've got 18, it says 18 tracks, but I've got two, I've got a master bus and a mix bus. So there we go. The moment I added a 17th track, it said nope. And so with an Octo, you can get about 16 tracks of Neve 1073 plugins. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go with the Studer 800. I'm going to strap it across every track in my mix. And so I've got 30 tracks here, and I was able to strap a Studer A800 across 30 tracks. We'll push play. I'm going to turn it off. And so unless you're in headphones or listening through monitors, you're going to hear that there was a very slight difference with these plugins. Now, they're just on the default setting, but let's look at my control panel here. We're at 42%. So with 30 of these Studer A800s, we can see I've got a lot of room left to add Neve 1073s. So I'm going to start doing that. And what I can say is that the Studer obviously just doesn't have as much load as the Neve 1073 does on the DSP. So each plugin is not created equal. All of these plugins have different loads. Yep, we're at 10 of the Neve plugins. We're at 97%. So I got 10 Neve plugins and 30 tape machines. And so there you go. I would say you probably would want to get an Octo and maybe 2, or a Quad and an Octo. The next question, if you were asking me about this, I would say, why do you want to do this? Is it just, most people think if I put a Neve 1073 plugin and the Studer A800, I'm going to get that flavor. It's going to give me some more tone. And I would say that that's very slight. It's going to give you a little bit of tone. Is it worth $2,200 you'd have to pay for 2 Octo satellites? The answer is no. I don't think so. I think that money can be better spent on microphones or other plugins. I'm going to also show you guys. So I've got all my tracks highlighted. I'm going to turn on these Neve plugins from Blackbird. And here they are. It's $100 for the plugin here. And I've actually gotten a mix on the console these plugins are modeled after. And so for $100, I just strapped 30 of these plugins across my mix. And with Universal Audio, the name of the game is DSP. DSP, you need more DSP chips. If you buy something like a Duo, you're going to be disappointed. If you buy a Quad, it's still not going to be enough. It's a never-ending game. And also, the newer plugins are more DSP heavy. Now, I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Universal Audio, because I am. I have their interface and I use it. And the thing I would say is, if you want a Neve 1073 and a Studer A800 on every track, you should get one of their interfaces and you just record right through it. And that's what I do. I use the Neve, or sometimes I just use their basic preamp. It sounds pretty good. This is my vocal chain here. I'm not using it at the moment, but I can saturate with the Neve. I've got the Pultec, I've got the Studer 800 and the Distressor, and I just track right through these things. So if you want that Neve, Flavor, and Tape Machine on every track, get one of their interfaces, record through it. If you're going to buy any piece of gear from Universal Audio, I would at least get a Quad. Buying a Duo is just going to leave you frustrated. I mean, you could buy a Duo and then add a Quad or an OCTO later. This is where, for me, I've had a Quad Firewire satellite for the last 10 years, and it was pretty cool. But once I got this Universal Audio interface, I really got to see what it was like, where I've got this vocal chain, I can send it out to a capital chamber, and it's like having a really expensive studio at your fingertips. And that's how I would use these plugins. I would record through them. I would commit to sounds. I would print them from the start. That is the way that I get the most out of these plugins. And then also I have about 12 DSP chips. So I can kind of do almost whatever I want in the mix with these plugins, but it's expensive to get there. I've probably spent, I don't know, close to $3,000 on Universal Audio products, not to mention the plugins are expensive too. So do you need all this stuff? No. Their Slate Digital has a Neve modeled console type thing you can strap across every track. They have Neve EQs. They've got tape machines. There's a ton of tape machines out there. There's plugins like this Blackbird plugin. If you want that Neve sound, you don't have to go through Universal Audio. So I would think twice before investing in all this stuff. But if you're going to do it, I would get an audio interface from them and record through it if you want that tone. So if you got any value out of this video, please subscribe. I'm on the way to 1,000 subs. Also, if you need any help building your own home studio or learning how to use it, there's a link down below for a free Zoom call with me. Or if you have any questions, you can put it down below in the comments or shoot me an email at homestudiorescue@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.